You're live.
Are we good? All right, call the meeting to order.
1 second.
Oh, okay.
You're good to go.
But you guys, I'm still not used to all this stuff. Anyway. All right, call the meeting to order. Mr. Secretary can take the attendance. First item, review and approval of the minutes from July 8th, 2025. I'm sure everyone's had a chance to review the minutes in detail, as always. Any questions or comments on the minutes? If not, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
We do have a motion, a second.
Second.
We have a second. All right, all those in favor? Another unanimous decision by the committee. Item number 4, public comment. Looks like we don't have any members of the public in attendance. Anyone online who would like to maybe make a comment? If anyone is online, here's your chance.
No.
Nope, okay. All right, moving right along then. Item number 5, the Harbor Masters report.
So we've had a few upgrades. All new outlets were installed on the pier. We replaced all the outlets on the pier. We've replaced some new lights. We've repaired some lights. We added a windsock down there so people can see the direction of the wind for those people coming in and crashing into the dock. We were
Sailboaters, yeah.
Yeah. We were awarded some grant money through the Prouse Neck Association, which purchased some no-wake buoys. Those went in July.
Mhm.
We have continued to sign the quarterly maintenance agreement for the cranes. So that'll be 4 times a year. That's been put in the budget. So that's an ongoing thing to make sure we're maintaining those items effectively. And then there was also a new water feed installed onto the pier back early summer. They found one of the pipes had burst. It probably wasn't cleared out properly by the company that does it, or it was some catastrophic failure. But that was all replumbed in the building that next to my office that feeds the pier. And then I have one other recommendation, but we can cover that under new business.
When they do maintenance stuff like that, does that come out of like a certain budget, or is it just kind of happened, or?
So I have line items for pier maintenance and co-op maintenance, and then
do,
community
okay.
services also does too. So it's kind of a joint effort between community services and us when it comes to water and bathrooms and such. That's all I have for now.
All right, that's it. Trying to think what we had from last time. Oh, there was some talk about something about dinghy dock space.
So that's under your new business item. If you're ready to go to that, I can give you a brief on that.
Well, that's. Since we don't have a council liaison to report today, and we don't have any old business, we can go to new business. So if you'd like to, look at this. Handout and everything.
So I've made these. First, we'll talk about dredging. We are in the process of talking to,
Sorry, is this old business or new business?
This is on the agenda as new business.
New business.
We first discussed it, although we first discussed it last meeting. So, are we gonna have to decide, if we're gonna have to decide something, then it has to be old business.
yeah, the dredging should be under old business
Okay.
and the new skiff dock would be under new business.
Okay, well, let's talk about the dredging first, since that's old business. Yeah.
So we're reached out to by SOS of Saco Bay. They are working with the Army Corps reference to the whole rebuilding of the Saco Bay area. There is some discussion. The Army Corps is supposed to come up hopefully in the next week or two to do some soundings, but there will be potentially dredging that will take place that will get put into Saco for that project. So we won't have to wait 10 years for a dredge. We're hoping that maybe it's within like the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So that's the dredging update. So more to follow on that. The town manager and I are probably going to be having a meeting with a few people down the road to discuss dredging, but more to follow on that.
Okay. So we don't have any emergency things that we need to deal with
No.
until next springtime when, we'll we figure that out. Okay, good.
Have they done a live sand study of that at all?
They're doing it now.
They're doing
Yeah,
that now?
yeah.
Yeah, so when are they starting the whole Camp Ellis thing? Isn't that supposed to start?
2026, 2027.
2026,
Right.
because that's the way things move speed wise. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that was it for old business then. Any more questions, comments on dredging? Exciting topic. All right, we can go to new business then. And now we can talk about the dinghy dock.
So the image you have in front of you, what we're gonna propose is, I've approached the town manager and I'm gonna go to the town council, but we'd like to bring it to this committee first for a vote. What our plan is, we're running out of skiff space for commercial fishermen. And we're limited, so the proposal that's gonna go in front of town council is, it's a scope of a project that basically we're gonna install a new dock at the end of where the public safety dock is now.
Mhm.
It's gonna be somewhere between 30 and 35 feet. It'll be 10 feet wide. We've contacted a dock company for a price, so we have a budget number. We also contacted a marine company for the price to drive a pile. We've already contacted DEP for the permitting. So the plan is to put that dock in, drive a pile, put that dock in, hopefully between now and next summer would be our goal.
Mhm.
What will happen is that at that point there, we'll decide how we're gonna configure things, but that will give us another 30 plus feet of dock for the charter boats to tie up if they need to. But the primary issue is more skiff tie up. We are really stressed for skiff tie up, and there's actually a few fishermen that don't even tie their skiffs up because there's not enough room. So this money will come out of the working waterfront account. This will be basically money that's pushed back into the working waterfront account from mooring holders. So this will not be money, this will not be taxpayer money.
Mhm.
This will be money out of the working waterfront account. And that special revenue account needs council approval to do that project.
And you can't do that till you have like all the numbers then? Is that what?
I have the numbers.
You
We
do
have the
all-
number. These are rough numbers. These numbers may change when it goes to council, but
Yep.
it could be as much as $10,000 to drive a pile. Because it could be the mobilization, the demobilization. It could be cheaper than that if they're
Yeah.
going by. So that's a budget number. The dock itself is probably gonna be around $22,000, but a lot of that is gonna depend on exactly what we go for length. We're gonna go probably 30 or 32 feet. And they're gonna notch that dock so that the existing pile doesn't have to be pulled on the end of the dock now that it'll seat against it. And then we have a bunch of hardware and chain kits and some ancillary fasteners. There's about $5,000 left. So the estimated project cost is about 37,000 is what we'll be going. That number, like I said, will change. I'm still talking to a few companies just to make sure we get the right number, but I'm sure that when we go to council, we're gonna give them a number.
Yeah.
37, 38, 40,000.
Yep.
And they'll say you can spend up to 45,000, no more, and come
Okay.
back. So that would be the goal. So when I ran it by the town manager, he strongly agreed that we obviously need the skip space and the tie-up space. When that dock was built back in the early 2000s, there were half the fishermen there are now. So it's really, really taken up, and we have the money to do it through the working waterfront account. It's not an issue. And again, it will not be taxpayer money. It won't be CIP purchase. It's literally straight mooring funds are going back into the working water.
That's great. That's the whole idea.
So, what I would like to do is I would like just to make sure that this committee is fully aware and that someone makes a motion and has you guys have a vote on it to bring it to town council.
Yeah, I gotta remember, we haven't done anything in a few months. I think what we need to do, since it's new business, is we have to discuss it now, but we can't vote on it until the next meeting. Isn't that probably the way this works? Just because you have to give people a chance to comment on things and.
I think you can, I think it's because it's not a large expenditure. You can make the motion, open
Yeah.
it for discussion.
Okay.
The committee can discuss it and they can vote to just forward it to the town council.
Okay, so you think we could do that without having it?
Right, because the town
Go up
council,
as old business next meeting or something?
no, and I think that
Fine with me.
the way it
I'm
will,
still Making a recommendation.
right, because it's
Yeah, I
not,
guess that's true. It's
the same way at the town council, it won't be
Okay.
multiple meetings, it'll just be one public comment in a
Okay.
meeting, so.
All right.
And
Do you have a rough script in mind for what the motion should sound like then?
Well, that has to come from the committee.
But you're our expert.
Before we start drafting scripts.
Yeah.
You said you contacted multiple dock builders. Did you contact multiple contractors to drive the pilot?
Correct, yes.
And roughly.
We're just, right, it's all the same.
Okay,
Those numbers are all the same. And then that's why I didn't want to reach out to just one dock builder or one pile company. So I reached out to a few of each and
Mhm.
took the average numbers, and that's where we landed.
and you said it's gonna be about 30 feet?
It'll be 30 feet, maybe 32 feet, right? A lot of that will depends on, which company and how we notch that dock. And what we'll do is we're gonna notch the dock, and then we're gonna connect the dock to the dock, and then the piling will be in the center, so we don't have to pull and then re-drive.
Hmm.
So, cause the one on the end now is literally on the end of the dock.
Yeah.
So they'll notch the dock, and then they'll connect the docks together, and that pile will stay there, and there'll be another pile on the other end.
Without having to redo it.
Correct, without pulling it and redoing
Yeah.
it, that just is a lot of,
Yep.
I just felt that was a lot of undue cost
Mhm.
to incur.
Yeah, just the whole pile driving thing. I can see why it costs that much money just to bring something in and get all the permits and just,
Right.
you know. Seems like it should be cheap, but it's not. Okay.
So how detailed should our recommendation to the council be? I mean, do we need to get in figures here or?
I don't think you need to get into the figures,
Yeah.
I just think you need to. That's the document that's gonna go to the town council. It's basically just a proposal to add an additional skiff dock using working waterfront funding.
Yeah, because that seems to be the gist of what we're doing here is we're gonna recommend that. Based on what you've researched as far as doing this, that we use the working waterfront funds in order to finance this project
Correct.
to extend the dock.
And I did check, I did have a conversation with the finance director, there's. This expenditure is not an issue,
Okay,
from that account.
Yeah.
With the amount, what's in there and
yeah, it
such.
seems like that's what the account was designed for, is for stuff like this.
There's an actual document that was generated back when they had some leftover money from the pier, and they when they built this account. And
Mhm.
the document says the money is to be allocated and utilized for pier infrastructure,
Yeah.
updates, maintenance, et cetera. So it's an update, and that's
Yep, I
exactly,
remember reading
we're
that.
falling right in line with the law.
Yep, okay.
And you're still gonna section off I call it the fireboat,
Right, I think what we'll do is we'll move that fence, and we'll give them as much dock space as we
Yeah.
can, we'll push all the way to the
So
end.
you'll be at the end then. Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
that would make sense. Good.
I should have made more copies of those.
That's okay.
I was making copies of pictures. Yeah, in the, to your point too, everybody that I talked to, as far as getting the pile driven and the dock built, it's all within. If we have the money approved and, we initiate, we get the permit and such, and do this in November, I'm hoping that this project would be a spring project with April, May, and be in the works.
And then it's ready for next season.
Right, which is heavily needed. I mean, right now I feel bad, because, like I said, a few of those fishermen, it's just the way they do business, but they pull their skiffs out every night, and that's, they put it in every morning, so there's just not enough tie-up space for skiffs. And this new dock will be, again, it will be commercial only. That's the way the ordinance is written. The recreational people can use the area behind the commercial parking lot, and they can leave their skiffs there, but this will be specific for the commercial guys on a daily basis.
All right, so sounds like we need to script a recommendation. Maybe we can borrow that and use this as a kind of a template.
When is the next town council meeting? About the one you're planning on bringing?
Once you guys approve it, it'll go to the town manager, and then it would go to one of those. So I'm assuming, probably one of the, they meet They met on the third, they'll meet on the 17th. And so it would probably be October 1st or October 15th. It would be one of those town council meetings. But again, it's all based on what their agendas are. It could get pushed to November. That'll be up to the town manager.
You wanna stop that meeting?
I don't think it's necessary. I think as long as we have the recommendation, which we'll
Yeah.
put in the council notes, what the recommendation from this committee is, and then when Tom sets it up, I can make some public comment to it, and then the council will vote on it.
I'm gonna cover this to echo you, so.
I'll just
That's
say-
fine. Perfect. Yeah, and I can let you guys know when it is.
Great.
All right. Anybody want to author, or I could just start? I'd like to
Well, if you
talk.
have the paper.
How's this? The committee recommends, based on the recommendation of the harbor master, that funding be provided to install a new dock and drive a support pile. I can't type this fast.
Support pile.
In the Scarborough River adjacent to the Pine Point Co-op.
This is my ignorance, but is that the Scarborough River or is it the Nonsuch?
It's the Sky River.
The Scarborough River.
Yeah.
Well, here, I don't have to read it. I'd say just grab this, grab this sentence right here. Project is an important step.
The power.
We don't have to. He's doing such a great job. We don't have to rewrite what he does. That's, you can tell you've done these grants before. You know, the grants speak to put in there, to ask for things.
It seemed like you have a way with these.
He does.
grant Providers,
It's an art.
keep getting grant money.
Make it a tall pole.
Oh, I know. I thought that the other day too.
Motion to recommend that funding be allocated to provide a new commercial dinghy dock. And drive a new support pile. In the Scarborough River. Adjacent to the Pine Point Co-op, this project is an important step in maintaining and improving. Working waterfront infrastructure, ensuring continued safe and efficient marine operations in this area.
Do we need to say what type of funding that you, from mooring funding or the working waterfront account?
Working water.
Yeah, we should put something about the working waterfront account should be in there too.
Funding from the working waterfront account. Be allocated.
Sounds like that's it.
Motion to recommend that funding from the working waterfront account be allocated to provide a new commercial dinghy dock and drive a new support pile in the Scarborough River adjacent to the Pine Point Co-op. This project is an important step in maintaining and improving our working waterfront infrastructure, ensuring continued safe and efficient marine operations in this area.
Sounds pretty good. Further discussion, additions, editing? No? All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We do have a motion. Do we have a second? All right, further discussion? Such a agreeable group. All right, all those in favor? Here we go.
If I make the motion, can I then vote against it at the unanimous?
Yeah, you can vote against it after you make it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Not doing that.
Procedural question, right?
Sounds like
Point of
you have,
order.
that attitude, you have a future in politics.
Right.
Fit right in. Good. Progress.
Definitely.
it's something that, just as long as we're all here talking about this, how did I not know that there was a Camp Ellis, like, Harbor Fest thing every summer?
They just started it 2 years ago.
Was it just 2 years
Yeah,
ago?
they used to do it years and years ago, and they just started it 2 years.
So
2
I
years
saw
ago, maybe it was 3 years ago.
I saw something after it happened. Did you guys even know they had that? It was in the middle of
Third,
August,
third week of August,
Yeah.
it's on a Saturday and Sunday.
but they have all sorts of stuff going on down there. Food trucks and activities and. So I'm thinking, oh, wonder why we don't have a Harbor Fest, but sounds like it's community services kind of a thing.
It's on the hopper.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I already had a conversation with community services.
You have?
It's in the hopper, yeah.
It is, okay. Yeah, because they do the Summerfest thing at the high school, which is, I don't know.
I thought it was
We got
fine.
this gorgeous harbor. Should be doing something there.
Yeah. Stay off our cranes.
It's not overparked in the summer now.
Well, but see what they did in the Saco thing, they ran like shuttle buses and had off-site parking areas and it seemed very organized. And you could tell they'd done it more than once. And if we ever wanted to do it, just copy a lot of the ideas that they put together, you know, what the heck? They probably copied from somebody else,
Probably.
so. Interesting. All right, any new business or anything else we need to discuss? Oh, things are kind of quiet.
You're gonna, do any changes to the launching for next summer or?
There's an internal discussion about parking finally, and that's something that the police chief and the community services director is working with. There's been a few meetings with parking enforcement companies to make some changes, so that's to come in the future.
I just see missed launch fees.
And that's part of it too, because I was part of the meetings and I asked the question that if a boat comes down at 6 AM and launches, what there will be potentially is a sign with a QR code they'll pay and display. That way,
Oh, that's a good idea.
that way that we can capture that launch, because there's a lot of lost launch revenue when there's not a body standing there.
And what hours is a body typically there? Just the weekends?
No, they were there on the weekends and during the week, but it was more like 8 to 4.
Okay,
So there's a little bit of revenue in the morning and,
yeah,
sometimes people launch at night. So we're trying to come up with a plan to have the body there still, but
Yeah.
have a stuff outside the regular hours.
sounds good. All right, further discussions? If not, we can set our next agenda, which doesn't seem like we've got anything new to bring up. Can't you stir something up down there? Give us something to talk about?
I stay right out of trouble.
You probably want to leave dredging on his old business,
Yeah.
I would think, and
Yeah.
there'll probably be some new business items coming.
Okay,
Cause there's a handful of things on the agenda that we'll be looking at for budget season,
okay.
so.
Will they be ready next month? Or should we skip till November?
No, they'll probably be ready next month
They will, okay.
for discussion, yeah.
Next month.
All right, well, that's good question. So then we should plan on a October meeting, October, yikes.
Well, I assume that's gonna dovetail with, I assume that we're gonna hear about it when they do the water main changes and digging and then
Yeah, so
over to paving.
the water main, they had a meeting at the Pine Point Association a few weeks ago, and the water main. A bunch of the water mains on the peninsula at Pine Point are gonna replace in the spring. They're also gonna connect King Street over to River Sands through that right of way. So they're gonna replace all that, then the plan is to put all the paving and striping on hold until next year at this time. So the water main installation, the way I understand it, will be spring into the summer of next year. And then all the resurfacing and paving and lining of everything will take place next fall. Is what the plan is now.
Yeah,
as I understand it.
Well, the main, like my house comes off the main or down King Street, but the one down Avenue 7,
Yeah.
the pipe was put in 1931.
Yeah.
Was there some issue with lack of water pressure down there just recently?
During the fire. That's one big loop is what that is.
Yeah.
So they did have some water supply issues, but they overcame those, and that's, the fire chief actually had a very in-depth discussion with Maine Water.
Mhm.
It was on their plan to replace that, and they've moved it up, is
Okay,
what they did, so.
that'll be a mess.
Right. Well, the 96 King Street and your shack are the last ones on the water that comes down River Street.
Right.
The first one's on the sewer.
Right, going out.
Just switch to salt water, you have plenty of it. All right. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion. Second?